Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1 and this is your boots on the ground for July 4th. The first few pages will be stuff I had left over from yesterday because I couldn't get it in the 20-minute time slot, so let's get going and see if I can get them all today. This person wrote, here's why our government won't acknowledge that we're in a recession. Because those that are on Social Security are making an income that is below the poverty level. They're supposed to get a big raise, something like, I think, $200 a month, and the White House doesn't have the funds to do it because they are too busy giving our money to Ukraine and at people at the border. There definitely was a cyber attack against Geographic Solutions Incorporated. They helped the government with the getting benefits to people that are unemployment, and this could affect 40 states. Another person sent in that feed shortages are showing up now in their area, so if you have a need for feed for livestock or for animals, make sure you get a good source of that. Also, this was very disturbing. He gave me a lot of information. I'm going to give it just very briefly. Major deliberate sabotage at a defense contractor. That's all I can tell you. But it's a contractor that is making some serious weaponry that is being used all over the world at this present moment and being used in one particular hotspot. Deliberate sabotage at a defense contractor. Gave me a lot more information. He said the FBI is investigating, and it's very troubling because all these people working on this line has some serious security clearance, but one of them is very detrimental to our country. This is a first for us. These people are in northern Michigan. They said peanut butter and jelly section wiped out, and they sent me a picture. It is wiped out. They also said chicken breast, $18 for 5 small chicken breasts. I couldn't believe it. Let's go over to Gainesville, Georgia. No gas at a racetrack filling station. No gas. All the pumps shut down. Central North Carolina. This is the Bartlett chicken lane pellets. $14, been raised to $17. Also, the cross-country road trip that he did, it took a month. They pulled a camper with a diesel truck. They went 7,000 miles. Fuel cost, $3,770. Portland, Oregon. This is the Home Depot. The guy went to try to find a cart to do some shopping, and there was not many in the inside or outside the store, so he asked a worker, and the worker said 75% of their carts have been stolen by the homeless in the area. This guy, after fighting sleep apnea for over 20 years, the VA finally said and diagnosed him with sleep apnea. So now he's entitled to a CPAP machine, but the only problem is it's months out on back order. Sam's Club. People are sending me posts, pictures of yellow traffic stops, the posts that are outside the door. A lot of people, Walmart and Sam's, are getting them. They're new. Some Walmarts already have them, but they are popping up everywhere, and they're used to stop vehicles from crashing into the glass doors, but they're popping up. This is the southern tier of New York. Gas is at $4.89. This person got injured and had a large splinter, had to be removed from their foot, and they were given no lidocaine. It sounded like he needed lidocaine, but there was, I guess, none to give. He didn't say exactly if there was none, but I think he wanted some. This is Aldi's. They have marked down a lot of their garden decor products, fire pits, summer stuff. And still with a heavy markdown, no one is buying them. This is Maine. This guy needed a new zero-turn mower. It has to be one of the large ones, so he ordered a John Deere. He has a lot of grass to cut. And he ordered at the end of May and still waiting. This is the USDA. They shut down a pet food division of Swift Pork Processing Plant. This would be in Louisville, Kentucky, and it was for cleaning. That's why they shut it down. One of the workers, 12 plus years of the plant, said they've never seen a plant shut down for cleaning. They said there's going to be a worse pet food shortage, and the government is behind it. So you might want to stock up a little bit more heavy on your pet food if you need it. All right, now this is some new news. This is Sarasota, Florida. Rent has gone up 40% across the board. They were renting for $1,280, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. The landlord is selling the building, so they have to move out. So they've been looking. The cheapest they could find, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, was $2,320. Plus, you got parking fees on top of that, trash fees, and other fees, etc. rent is skyrocketing for a lot of people. The 27th annual St. Augustine's Bed and Breakfast Holiday Tour, and this is a tour of 20 bed and breakfasts. I think it occurs over a 2-day period, was canceled due to lack of workers. And this has been doing it for 27 years. That's sad. On July 1st, I drove from Jacksonville to Pensacola, Florida. I counted 9 disabled or abandoned vehicles, plus 2 tractor trailers alongside the road. We are in Raleigh, North Carolina. I can't find whole wheat pasta, so there must be the difference of whole wheat pasta in the stores. Most pasta is being replaced with cauliflower pasta. I have no idea. We paid $77 for 22 whole wheat pasta on Amazon. This is Minneapolis, Minnesota. A dentist. I needed to get into a dentist, so they called their dentist. Their dentist is full till fall. They called around to all the other dentists. Same thing. No one can take this person in. Also said our town of about 25,000, a restaurant that's been a staple of the community and a staple of the town for decades, had to close its door for lack of workers. This is St. George, Utah to Las Vegas, Nevada, a trip. So they drove on I-15, I believe, 160 miles. 42 of those miles, I kept track. There was only 3 semis passed them on the northbound of my return trip. 2 passed them on the southbound in a 50-mile stretch. Usually very many more. There was overnight trucking parking areas, and usually they're full. They only had 1 or 2 trucks there. The lack of traffic was eerie. Someone's trying to rebuild a late 1960 Camaro, and they can't get the auto glass for it, and they're backordered and shortages. This person works for a very large insurance company. If I mention the name, you would all recognize it without a shadow of a doubt. This is probably the most important story will say today. This company has never had layoffs of any employee, not ever, except for this year. So far, they've laid off hundreds of people and more layoffs coming. We have stopped selling policies on the phone in 16 states, which equals to 75% reduction in new policies in those states. The insurance rates have skyrocketed, and we are losing about 5,000 policyholders each day. They're losing 5,000 policyholders each day because of the skyrocketing cost. That is scary. He says, when a billion-dollar company can't survive in this economy, how are we supposed to? Even after 20 years with this company, I'm worried about my job. This person's in southern Indiana, and our fruit trees have not budded at all. So, no fruit for the year. So, you need to have backups to your backups to your backups. If you were counting on getting fruit for your prepping plan, you might not have any in a year. I have some fruit trees here and some blueberries, and some of the blueberries did not produce any. I think it was because of a frost. This is an old farmer in Hawaii, and he called himself an old farmer. So to my good old friend, the old farmer in Hawaii, he's ordered seeds from several reliable companies, and germination rate was 0. Terrible. The seeds that he saved from years prior did great. He said food is very expensive over there because a lot of it has to be shipped into Hawaii. He did buy 3 young laying hens, and he paid $30 each. I will be talking more about the seeds. I might even do a whole video on the seeds. I had some really good insight from a person that I will call him a seed cop, because that's what he does. He enforces rules involving seeds. He gave me some great insight. This person is driving a U-Haul from Dallas to Shreveport, Louisiana. He's going about 60 miles an hour because of his load. He was passed by everyone, but he was only passed by 5 flatbed semis without any loads at all, and he was passed by 7 big rigs with just the rig, no trailer. So that tells you something. Ohio, this is a chain store, a big chain store. They had a big sign. People sent me a picture. Now hiring 15-year-olds. That's the shortage we get. 15-year-old, which is good for some 15-year-olds. Learn some responsibility, make some extra money. Utah, baby formula shortage getting much worse. In May, you could find a little. Now, nothing in the last 10 days. He's been to 20 plus stores, but can't find any powdered baby formula. Also, gas prices there are going up, not coming down. A lot of places they've been coming down a little bit. This is the north side of Tennessee. Some out of stock items, but you can find substitutes. But prices are definitely 20 to 30% higher than just a few months ago. Prices are definitely 20 to 30% higher than just a few months ago. This is the second month in a row he can't get pain medicine, or she. They have severe scoliosis and they need this to keep going. And they said it's weird because their pain medicine comes from India, not from China. This is Western Wyoming, the Taco Time, a restaurant, drive-through. They went through there, no soda with their meal. That is probably a CO2 problem or a broken machine problem. They can't get parts. Let's go over to northern New Jersey. 4 trucks were broken into and they had their master computer module stolen right for them. Each one of these cost $8,000. The problem is there's absolutely no replacement. So this man has 4 trucks that are supposed to be running freight that he can't run freight. So it's detrimental to him. I pray that he can find the units or maybe get them returned, but probably not. I'm hearing more and more about semi-drivers having things stolen off their vehicle, and that is because other people need them. So there's probably a very big market for stolen parts to keep people on the road. Also, Domino's Pizza. Now this is in Australia, but it could sure come here. But just a heads up, they're applying a 6% delivery service fee on online delivery orders Monday through Saturday. This is a county in Pennsylvania. The county jail is understaffed, and they have to reach out for the state for help to maintain minimum staffing levels. Minimum. So they're having problems with minimum staffing levels. This is a small town in southern Colorado. Stamps, as you know, went from 58 cents to 60 cents. Their horse grain that they feed went from $17 to almost $24 in a month. Apricot jam, they opened up. It had a Best Buy by 7/2023, a whole nother year, and it was moldy. So be careful with products you buy. Electricity in their area has gone up 5.52% beginning July 1st. They planted seeds and nothing happened. So they replanted them again and still nothing. So definitely more and more seed problems. And I'll explain that in a separate video, what I've been told. A friend traded a car. They had a slight transmission problem. They gave him a $500 trade-in. The shop next week put the thing on the lot for $6,000. So be very careful. Be very careful. They definitely got taken on that trade-in. Even granted, maybe they fixed the transmission. I don't know, but be very wise. This is Western Kentucky. They said the average job out there doesn't pay well. They don't even make the average income is well under the national average. Prices out here are going crazy. Every week when I go to the grocery store, my bill goes up about 10%. Well, excuse me, they go up. They've been tracking it since June, and it is a solid 10% since June. So a month, 10% rise. There's a huge labor shortage there, which is good for their 16-year-old because he's working for a business, and I guess because of the summertime, he's getting 50 hours a week working. That is the best thing that boy can do or girl can do. 50 hours, save some money, make some money. That is awesome. Also, their husband is a towboat pilot, and they're short-handed, so if you're looking for a job, if you're near a big river, look up towboat pilots. Hard work, but it pays well, they say. This person lives in southeastern North Carolina. They travel through the whole Carolinas for work. They had to travel from Wilmington to Charleston. It was light traffic, very light traffic, unusually light. Something is definitely up with the traffic, and that's probably because the cost of gas. Restaurants that normally you'd have to go and wait to get seated, no more. You can go in and get seated and get served. Labels on some of the menus for restaurants, they have the added surcharge added to them because of supply chain problems. They said middle class is definitely cutting back. Things are slowing down for them. Spending is just falling through the bottom because everyone's trying to just make it on the things they need, the gas and the food and the shelter. Everyone is talking about price increases. This is Apache Junction, Arizona. I got a picture of the Walmart egg cooler, totally empty. And let's finish it out with Lubbock, Texas. These people ordered a freezer the first week of April. They were told about 2 weeks delivery time. Finally, the freezer showed up in town on 6/29, but it cannot be delivered till the 8th of July due to no delivery drivers. I know Lowe's has switched. They have hired a private contractor to come in and do all their delivering, which I don't like, because I do a lot of delivery from Lowe's, especially on heavy items. So right now it is a third party. Lowe's is trying to save money. So there you go, boots on the ground. If you guys got anything to add, Southern Prepper 1, the number 1 at yahoo.com. I would appreciate it. Go out and enjoy your 4th of July. Please be safe. Thanks for watching.